do you get sent... Do people send you pictures?
No, we do. They'll Skype in.
So do you have to meet someone before you diagnose them? Could you diagnose just from a text?
Dodgy ground. Dodgy. You'd never...
Could you make some more noise with your massive fucking shoes?
I think she should be on embarrassing bodies with the horse feet. I've got the feet of a Shire horse.
I've got an embarrassing body I wanted to check with you.
It just looks really unmanageable. You should comb it.
Now, I've got, like, a hole in my chest.
What do you mean you've got a hole in your chest?
But it just keeps going in.
Go on, show us that. What's going on?
What's going on?
Yeah, I'm not a doctor, but I'll have a go. I'll have a look.
Well, let's see if... It's like a concaveness.
That's disgusting.
Cheers.
Fingers on buzzers.
Is it that one member of the audience in a white hat who, for some reason, is, like, quite angelic right at the back of the room there, freaking me out all the way through?
Lord, do you have a message for us? We've just chosen to randomly light one member of the audience like an angel.
Really well lit.
Take your hat off, sir. We've got standards. Oh, no, sorry. Put it back on. I have no idea. I'm sorry. Brit's biggest regret.
Was it not letting Harry go to Iraq?
Is it the repeal of the Corn Laws?
Ooh, 1832.
That was stupid. That was crazy. Because they were good, those Corn Laws.
What, sorry?
1847. Nice call.
Was it 1847? Surely it was 32.
That was the Reform Act.
What do you think it's going to be like to sleep with a girl? Good knowledge, huh? Brit's biggest regret.
Trisha.
Do you think you're a hypochondriac, yes or no?
Well, it's difficult to tell, isn't it? If you think you are, but you're waiting to be told, then are you or aren't you?
I'll tell you what, the test is actually the Whiteley Index for hypochondriacs, OK? So just answer this honestly, we'll see if you're a hypochondriac. Do you worry a lot about your health?
No. I've got bigger problems than that, Jimmy. Healthy and miserable. I'd rather be ill and happy.
Do you find that you're often aware of various things happening to your body?
Oh, yeah.
Do you think there's something seriously wrong with your body?
I think other people think there's something seriously wrong. I think women...
Particularly the front.
Yeah. It is. There's a sort of strange swelling at the front. I think I've got a big, round...
Erection! We would have got there, mate. Don't panic. Appreciate you being part of the team and all, and...
I don't think they're going to spot this knob gag. Better help these guys out. There's a knob gag and they haven't seen it. This is what I call an emergency.
We're ruling out the possibility that it's the first one he's ever had and he wants everyone to know about it.
Erection! Erection! 15 Australian miners were sacked for doing the Harlem Shake. So we asked our studio audience, is it important to have fun at work? Yes or no? No, we're not asking you... Oh. They've got to... The question's for them.
Yeah.
Not really? Yeah. Have you never seen this fucking show? What are you thinking?
I'm going to go with yes, Jimmy. It's...
I mean, it's all good and well to laugh and all that. I mean, we're Germans, we like a laugh. We do. It's just we laugh once the work is done.
Of course it's important to have fun at work. I mean, I'm not a dick, I'm not an arsehole. At the first few Harlem Shuffles, I was like, this is funny. You know, like there was Wacky Tacky Tie Day, then that had its day, and now it's Harlem Shuffle Day. I just worry about the trend this is going in. It's going to be like, oh, we call it Gangbang Thursdays.
I
mean, I can see why John and Henning don't like it, because obviously you are to fun what grit is to snow.
Gay marriage.
Gay marriage?
That's been
Tell
happening,
me
isn't
more.
it? Well, they're allowed to get married now, aren't they? Gay men and women. That is it. You're looking at me like I've on my head. What's going on?
It was a weird way you said it there. You said gays can get married now, men and women.
I felt pressured to expand, but when I said gay marriage, I think that pretty much sums it up in 2 words. Everyone looks at me and I thought, well, I'm going to have to add a bit more info. I'm going to have to press... I felt like I was pressing I on the Sky control. Unnecessarily, because if I see a programme that says gay marriage, I think, hello, gay marriage.
What do you mean by gay marriage?
Basically, it's when gay men and women...
Get married to each other, so
Yeah.
the gay men marry the women.
I don't even know what's happening.
It became this massive thing, and now it's just kind of happened, and no one can really understand what the fuss was about.
Well, there was various people saying there was going to be floods, didn't there?
Yes.
One of the UKIP, whatever they're called, spokespersons.
Lunatics.
He said that there will be biblical flooding if there's gay marriage. And if you think about it, we've just had a fantastic summer and a very balmy autumn. So I'd just like to say to all the gay and lesbian people out there, thanks a lot for that. I wore shorts on Halloween. Enjoyed it. So thanks for the lovely weather.
It would be brilliant if that was true, though, wouldn't it? If that actually worked. If, like, gay people having sex caused it to rain. Because if it was a really hot summer and it was, like, a hosepipe ban, my garden was, like, struggling. Like, because my mate's gay, I could be like, you don't mind giving him one, dear, my gypsophenias are falling apart.
Are you against it, Christian? Were you against it from the start?
Gay marriage?
Yeah.
No, I've been very pro it. Always.
I was just trying to catch you out. Yeah. You go, yes, it's an abomination.
We used to have to do these debates on the news between people who felt very strongly for it and against it, and it was just like, it's just marriage. It's probably a mistake, whatever you're doing. So, I mean,
But you can't express an opinion one way or the other. You just have to host the debates.
yes,
between
I
the...
try and stay as neutral as possible.
Do you ever try and show it in your eyes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try and show us that you approve
to
of
the
gay
pro
marriage
one
just
again.
in your eyes.
Yeah, there it is.
Is it not difficult if you've got someone on who's talking nonsense about saying, it's going to flood, it's awful, and you're trying, you obviously have to have, like, a proper debate with him, but aren't you just thinking, oh, off, mate?
You just ask increasingly aggressive questions until they...
Yeah, until you get the answer. What do you say?
You know how gay men have, they have a gaydar? They can spot another gay man, by certain things.
I think a lot of us have got gaydars.
Do you think they also have a straight dar? That they can spot straight men? They go, he's straight, he bought some jeans, didn't try them on, that kind of thing.
Literally, my first thought there was, what kind of an idiot would buy jeans without trying them on? There's so many different cuts.
They're the same size as the ones you just threw in the bin. But I think that, obviously a big step towards equality, gay marriage, but the real sign of true equality is when there's arranged gay marriages. When you find out you're marrying Terry from Leicester.
I don't think, even if I was gay, I think I'd struggle to have a gay wedding, just because some of my family members, like the older ones, I was not as open-minded. Do you know what I mean? So if I was saying, like, gay marriage at the front, when they say, any reason why they should not be wed, like my old uncle, like, they're two geezers! No, that's allowed now, uncle, chill out.
Are you referencing a specific uncle there?
Yeah, I am, I'm not going to tell his name.
What is his name then?
Mohammed. My uncle Mohammed.
There were some leaked photos on the internet.
Stolen photographs, actually. The trouble is with this, nudity in women is used to sell things. It's on advertising, it's used to make pop stars sexy, and I realise how you can solve it is by all women being naked all of the time. Hear me out.
You have my attention.
Hear me out. So first of all, yes, they can't steal women's nudity as a currency. People can't go, oh, Jennifer Lawrence, why does she even have naked photographs done? So, because we're all naked all the time, that's just a photograph. And then the other thing that happens is that straight men can't handle it. And they just start ejaculating all over the place and frothing at the mouth. They can't leave the house, they can't go to work, and then women and gay men rule the world.
I love this idea. I sense for very different reasons to you.
Apple Apple is still saying that the iCloud wasn't hacked, so we still don't know how they got these photographs.
I think they do know how they leaked the photos now. I think it was.
Oh, do they? How?
It was a phishing email that they sent to the actresses in question, saying, "Oh, your
Kim Kardashian don't go fishing. What are you talking about? As if she's going to open that. Always delete ones you don't know it's from. And if I'm Kim Kardashian, I see, oh, do you want to go carp fishing?
Why, if you're taking a photograph like that, would you put it on a cloud?
It saves everything. It even saves stuff that you deleted.
It doesn't save mine.
Yeah, it does.
With a setting.
No. Seriously, Carol.
I mean, I just think, why would you take a picture of yourself naked? Is there something a bit weird about finding yourself sexy? Is it like going, whoa? Oh, if only I was someone else, I'd bloody do me now. I'd give myself a right. Whoa! There's something
weird about you doing it.
It might not be deliberate as well, though. I mean, like, my kids are at the age where they think the funniest thing in the world is to come into the bathroom when I'm in the shower and take pictures. It's not the naked pictures that worry me, though. It's everything on your phone. So when my accountant says, can you send me a copy of your P60, and I take a picture of it and email it to him, that picture is also on the iCloud and is completely hackable as well.
That's going to be a challenging wank. Do you judge people by their looks, yes or no?
Depends what they look like, innit?
Carol, what do you rate people on their looks?
I think we all do, don't we? Really, I'm going to look at you.
I'm up here, Carol.
No, she's wondering where the wedding cake is, Jimmy.
Are you saying that I look like a wedding cake decoration?
You look like a wedding cake decoration. It's our little joke. Doing one for series.
What's your guilty pleasure, Christian?
My guilty pleasure is probably ringing the BBC viewers' calls line during BBC News and saying, you're
John, what do you think?
Well, people don't feel guilty enough, do they? Let's be honest. If people felt less guilty about the they like, then stuff would be better. But most people's take, like, X Factor is popular, and music is and food we eat is and we don't feel guilty about it anymore, do we?
OK.
OK,
I mean...
Put your hands in the air! John's rapping.
What's your guilty
I think
pleasure?
it's when you're sitting on the toilet and you know you've got the toilet roll and it's got one bit is slightly lower than the other bit, you know, because it's two-ply.
Someone's doing well.
What you're meant to do is take the top bit over like that. Do you do this at home? And then you get it, and then they all measure up and you rip that bit off.
No, but then you get out of sync.
No,
because...
no.
Why are you in the sink?
You know, you said about your wife splitting up with you after 2 weeks. I think you might have moved a bit closer.
She won't see this. She's got school in the morning. She's a teacher.
As if a teacher would go out with you.
She's a teacher. And she's got a master's.
There's a man that knows he's punching above his weight.
Definitely.
Well played. Any other thoughts?
Watching Jeremy Kyle.
Oh, well, you're very close with that.
Shit TV.
Is it, reality TV or something?
It is reality TV. That's the right answer. What poll do you think Nelson Mandela might have appeared on?
Is it people who still don't see the funny side of the show Porridge?
Sadly, no.
Is it people who've never appeared on Through the Keyhole?
So, is it people who've inspired classic wrestling moves?
Is it a poll of people you can't really take the piss out of?
He's got a funny voice, though. We can laugh at that, can't we?
Well, you can, but if you've got any dignity or self-respect, you wouldn't.
He's got a funny voice, though, hasn't he? Is it people who used to have the first name Free?
Is it people whose names are rhyming slang for drinks? Nelson Mandela, Pint of Stella.
Isn't it quicker to just say Pint of Stella? By the time you said Nelson Mandela, the bloke served someone else, isn't he?
Is it people, if they had extensions, they'd look like a really old Beyonce?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
One point.
OK, let's have a look at the next person.
Is it a poll of people who've met Jerry Halliwell but had no idea who she was?
Is it famous BMW drivers? Because I know Nelson, he bought one because he wanted the extra leg room, and you got one for the extra headroom.
Has Hugh Grant got a lot of community centres named after him? Is that a possibility? Am I close? I mean, we're working here. You're not even helping us.
You're kind of... We've touched along the right lines, but I'll show you someone else. Moira Stewart, Hugh Grant and Nelson Mandela. What poll do you think they might have appeared on?
Is it people who can remember exactly where they were when Nelson Mandela was released from prison?
Does she still read the news, Moira Stewart? Because I quite miss her.
She gets a paper some days, yeah.
She's a proper newsreader, though, isn't she? She's a journalist.
Yeah.
Right, as opposed to Kaplinsky. I hate... Natasha Kaplinsky, to me, looks like a businessman's wife, like a journalist. You know, I want my news read by someone who, if they entered a ballroom dancing competition, would definitely lose.
Kaplinsky also sounds like a kind of maverick New York cop that doesn't play by the rules to me.
Kaplinsky, put those donuts down and solve the case!
Yeah. Is it something to do with, like, mumbling? Because she mumbled, hello, I'm Moira Stewart. And he's like, hello, I'm English, and then Nelson sounds a bit as if he's still behind the brick wall.
I would say no. You're along the right lines there, but I'll show you another one from here. At 74, Sean Connery now has a whole new range of gadgets. Pay attention, Bond. This isn't a normal bath. You can walk right in.
I like the fact that Sean Connery couldn't pronounce the word arse. I think he's got a great voice for swearing. Push flaps.
He does have an incredible ability with accent, Sean Connery. The end of... is it the end of Highlander 2? A very popular film, I'm sure. When he comes in at the end and says, hello, my name is Juan Carlos from Spain. No.
Is it people who look like people out of Police Academy? Nelson Mandela looks like Hightower. She looks like, it's a stick-up. Do you remember that one? And Hugh Grant's the one who makes those noises. Game over. And even though he's white and the man was black.
Sadly, no.
They've all got a really quite an attractive-ish accent that, you know...
Moira.
Yeah.
Oh, good night. Well, I was wearing a gimp mask. Good night.
You were going to eat your words, Alan Carr, because Dave Spikey, you're absolutely right.
Oh.
They've all appeared on a survey of people with the most pleasant voices. It's surprising how many people in the top 10 had regional accents. Of course, I don't have an accent. This is just how things sound when they're pronounced properly. 50% of the over 65s don't have a what?
Is it that 50% of over 65s don't have a real hip?
Is it 50% of over 65s don't have a clue why they went to the cupboard in the first place?
Is it 50% of over 65s don't have a chance against a panther?
Is it 50% of over 65s don't have a waist? As they get older, all men especially, the waist just get higher and higher, and the belt gets, the pants just get higher. 103, belt there, zip there. Hello, I'm 103.
And the only people I know, old people, they have trays over the bath. So they can organise the loofah and the soap, and it's all there. And then they need an emergency. There it is.
People still use loofahs. That's great, isn't it? That's an over 65 thing, a loofah, isn't it?
No, it's not. It cleans your back.
I know, they're great.
It's a young man's thing, I would have thought, the loofah, surely, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's a young man's thing. Yeah. Not that the kids watching will be thinking, yeah, loofahs, yeah.
What is a loofah? What's a loofah?
Do you want to know?
That's a bloody funny
I
name.
know, because the worst Christmas present I ever got was a grow-your-own loofah kit.
Oh. That is quite bad as a gift.
Whereabouts do loofahs live in the wild, then?
Underwater.
No, they don't. They grow on trees.
Is it like a sea cucumber when it's alive?
No, it grows on land. It grows on land. It's a vegetable.
And surely it's like a sponge and grows underwater, isn't it?
No, that's what I thought.
I disagree with you.
Yeah, but you don't know everything, do you?
Well, I think there should be a gardener special on loofahs then, if that's the case.
That's loofahs grow on trees. They're like a gourd. They're like a gourd.
A gourd?
What's a gourd?
I can't believe I'm working with these botanical ignoramuses.
I
I've never seen a loofah tree. If there were loofah trees...
Of course you haven't seen...
Well, because they don't exist, that's why. If there were loofah trees, we'd know about them. They sound brilliant.
The reason you haven't seen one is because old people have taken them. I'll give you a clue. It's sort of about companionship.
Don't have a partner.
Is it a best friend?
Best friend is the right answer. This is from a survey featured in the Daily Mail, March 2005. 86% of bosses feel that what is a disadvantage in business?
Is it 86% of bosses feel that speaking in riddles is a disadvantage in business? My first is in piano, but not in canoe. Would you like to invest in my shipping company, Jimmy?
Yes, I would.
It is in canoe, isn't it? It's like look at your face when you went.
Greatest British Olympian.
Is it that one with the tash? Fatima Whitbread.
Is it Jeff Capes, the world's strongest man, and officially he still is, but he's so strong he's not allowed to enter anymore?
You know the thing about Jeff Capes, the really interesting thing about him, is he keeps budgies. And you just imagine all that strength, and but he can pick up a little budgie. And then go...
He's had a checkered history, though, to be fair, Jeff. He used to work at the Yellow Pages factory, but he got sacked for destroying stock.
Why do they put that world's strongest man thing on at Christmas?
Fucking brilliant.
Well, it is, isn't it? It's slow as and it, a man pulling a mobile home, and it, from there to there. Why do they have it on?
A man lifting big, round stone balls, and they get heavier, and he's got to put them up on a higher thing each time. That, to me, is genius.
No, they're not strong, they're just fat. Aren't they? They're just obese, and they should be the world's fattest That's what they should say.
This is Stephen Redgrave.
Steve Redgrave is number 2.
Is it Sebastian Coe?
Yes, it is.
Sebastian Coe. Well done.
This one's from a YouGov survey from April this year. Top female sexual fantasy. Ian Lee.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well done, mate.
Apparently so. To be told they've got lovely boobs by a stranger. I don't know, a builder or something. They love it, don't they?
Is it, like, just something very simple, like maybe a phone call 3 days later?
Is it wearing a gimp mask and being pulled around on a chain like a dog? I mean, women aren't my strong point.
Top female sexual fantasy.
It's something romantic,
It's something
isn't it?
kind of nice.
Is it like roses?
I'm going to tell you, the top female sexual fantasy is sex with a regular partner. Well, ladies, I'm regular. Eat a lot of bran.
Seems the whole year you could actually get rid of months and just replace the whole year with reality shows.
That's a very good idea. So maybe I'm a Celebrity.
Ice dancing, and then it's, I don't know, a Big Brother, then...
Oh, Apprentice, it comes around so quick.
Master Chef. No, it's my joke. And then... I'm trying to remember them all. And then it's a Big Brother again, then it's... help me.
Hey, you're on your own. You've thrown the toys out of the pram.
And then it's like Bake Off. And then, oh, come on, the X Factor and the dance, and then it's bloody the Jungle Show. It's almost, you know what I mean?
You forget how much the guests add, don't you?
Yeah.
They stayed in a 7-star hotel where the ratio of guests to staff is 1-to-1, which sounds horrendous.
A 7-star hotel? What is 7-star hotels? Does the pool have, like, a still end and a sparkling end? What level can luxury reach where it deserves 7 stars, and is there another level of 8 stars? I think the only difference between a 5-star hotel and a 7-star hotel is someone's stuck 2 extra stars next to the 5 and go, see, it's 7.
Or it might have been 5-star next door to a 2-star, and they just knocked it through.
Good.
I like the idea that the minibar, you open the minibar and there's a little dwarf there with a towel. What can I get you to drink?
He must have a big coat, though, because he must get freezing in there if he's in a fridge all day.
No, he comes up like Batman. He comes down on a pole from a warm area above the fridge. So there's a warm area, and he slides down when someone opens the door.
But how does he know that you're opening the door? He just sees it?
Well, it's when the light comes on, he just goes... He's bringing on in the sweaty, hot room above, and then when the door opens, drop straight down. Yeah. What do you want to drink, sir?
When are you doing Strictly? Have you done Strictly or are you doing it?
No, never done it. I'll do it if you do it.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to wait till after the career-defining event. I might have to go in the jungle first to win back public support.
Jimmy, you'd be lucky to get on the coach trip.
John, would you go to the World Cup? If it was in Qatar, would you go?
No, I wouldn't, no. I like a drink, and if I've had a drink, something homosexual might happen, and that's two risks that I can't take.
Sorry, you just talk me through that again. So you like a drink, I know you like a drink, and if I've had a drink, something homosexual might happen.
I can't...
No, I like a drink, but I'm not really pretty sure. You're saying you can't rule it out?
I can't rule it out, can I? Just saying, if England win 3-0 and I've had a few pina coladas, we get back to the hotel, there's a jacuzzi. I don't want to end up in prison for having a good time.
Why are you looking right at me?
Top Gear? Top Gear, yes. When you Google Jeremy Clarkson, it genuinely says, people also searched for Jeremy Kyle and Piers Morgan. I think that says everything you need to know about him.
No, but I think the thing about him is you have to say, you have to admire how good he is at his job. Because he can say virtually anything and they can't sack him. That's how good he is.
Well, can I ask a question? How are the ratings?
Amazing.
Really?
I think it's the #1 show in the world.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So
Basically,
he's going to say whatever he wants.
He could have a on Mary Berry's cake tin. And they go, oh, sorry, I didn't realise. I thought it was I didn't realise, sorry. Oh, God, what am I like?
Cheryl Cole was accused of miming
miming.
on X Factor, wasn't she?
Yeah.
It's a big scandal.
I don't think she was, though, because she put out a very strongly worded statement in which she said...
So Cheryl's denied that she was miming.
Yeah.
Do you think she was miming or not?
Well, if she's miming really well. And if she's singing really well. And I think she's probably better at one than the other. Hey, we've all seen her sing live. Didn't we? At the Queen thing? The Queen's Golden Doodah?
Well, no, there was another... I've seen her sing
The Queen's Golden Doodah?
Did you not know the Queen has a golden doodah? She was on Embarrassing Bodies. They did a royal special.
I'd love to see that. I also seeing it from Cheryl's point of view. You know, everyone's going, oh, she mimed, she shouldn't have mimed. Well, what you've got to remember is, of course she mimed, she's trying to sell a record. If she sang that record live, that'd be a PR disaster.
You a big X Factor fan, Melanie?
This is a tricky one for me because, of course, Mel B's a judge on it.
Right.
So I have to.
Lie.
I do support her. I have to lie. No, I do support her, and she's the best thing on it because she says it like it is. But I hate the show, and I'm totally bored of it, and I can't believe it's still on the telly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you've ever sat on a fence before, but that's not how that's done.
It's just so contrived.
Yeah, it's not like in the old days of the Spice Girls. John, are you distressed by this report that animals are disappearing?
Well, it's not great news, is it? We'll have to start being called 4 out of 5 cats. Because... What?
Sorry, if it's about the reduction amount of it'd be 4 out of 10, wouldn't it? It wouldn't be 4 out of 5, because that's the same as 8 out of 10.
It is the same. Yeah, it's not.
It should be 4 out of 10 cats.
Ooh. No, because there wouldn't be 10 cats. The joke is that the same percentage would agree with the question asked, but we couldn't find 10 cats to ask, so we could only ask 5.
So, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has suffered 2 fractured ankles due to excessively wearing Cuban heels to look taller. So we asked our studio audience, would you suffer pain to look good, yes or no? So he was wearing Cuban heels to look taller. You're not paranoid about your height, are you, Sean?
No, because I'm exactly 6 foot.
How tall are you, John?
by like 9, 10 on a good day.
Yeah, I've got a little bit of good news for you. I got you these.
It's the news I've been waiting for, Jimmy.
Well, they're Cuban heels, but they're in your size, so I thought you could...
Are they?
You just slip them on and we'll see whether you look more sophisticated.
Why wouldn't I? Wow.
Yeah, they're pretty good. I think you'll enjoy those.
Does one tuck the jean into a Cuban heel?
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
yes,
definitely. Yeah, you definitely do.
They all do.
I've got a newfound respect for you, John. I just think... Can you go into the middle, or can you just stand on the...
Oh, sure, I'll stand on the glowing light in case I don't look like enough of a bell end back there.
I made a doc about a shoemaker recently, and he's been making shoes for 50 years.
I don't think anyone's listening to you. I just think John has dropped a hip and we are mesmerised. Look at that pelvis.
Could be
Would you consider a Cuban heel?
Would I consider a Cuban heel? The answer has already been made, James. Am I 6 foot then? Can I stand next to you to see what the hell?
Well, Sean, if you can come out.
You're still bigger.
See, I still look just like a short prick in heels now.
I think you might be about...
The thing I don't understand about you, though, is you do have kind of quite a nasal voice, but then you're brilliant at doing accents. Why don't you just pick an accent that's better and just do that?
I would, Jimmy, but they tend to label that more of a mental breakdown than a...
Well, you do a very good Spanish. Quite a sexy Spanish, I think. Just do Spanish from here on in.
The fact that you find it sexy is why I stopped doing it, Jimmy.
Do the Spanish.
What do you want, my friend? No, that's...
That's more Mexican. I just think we should find a different voice for you, and we should just stick with it.
I agree. Liverpool, I would stick with. That's a
Can you do
better
Scouse?
accent. Everyone can do Scouse, can't they? It's the one
I
everyone
don't think it's
does.
the accent that's a problem, is it? It's more the pitch.
This is such a fun round for me, really. Is there a possible round on small dicks we could do next as well, Jimmy? Don't feel I'm taking enough of a hammer in here.
That's what your girlfriend said.
Actually, 6 complaints into the BBC because Nadal kept scratching his arse during the...
As if someone from the BBC is going to go out and go, excuse me, can you stop picking your arse?
The whole thing about his style of tennis is about his balance, which comes from his bottom. I think it's integral to the tennis, and Claudia probably agrees as well as a tennis connoisseur. And,
yes.
And a lady who likes a fine bottom. But I think you need to focus on his bottom.
I don't understand who these people are. Who bothers to complain? My favourite complaint was on the Channel Babe station, where the 3 women have the boobs out, they've got a pair of knickers on. People ring up and get off, right, for £1.50 a minute. Now, some bloke complained because one of the women showed a little bit of front garden, right? And again, at what point are you watching going, oh, this is brilliant, this is... Oh, no, you've gone too far now! Oh, put that away! Don't look, son, don't look! Do you know what me and Gabby did recently? Hello. Me and Gabby did an evening with Sven Goran Eriksson.
What do you mean, an evening?
For charity. And you did like a Q&A thing, didn't you?
Did you not get paid?
Oh, Jason, you're so new to this. Let's have a look and see if Wimbledon's one of the most talked about things this week. Yes, it is. The most talked about thing is Wimbledon. Andy Murray could have beaten Nadal. All he needed was a slightly different strategy and a magic racket strung with dreams. The crowd at Wimbledon got right behind Andy Murray as they queued at the exit. Jason, Gabby, Mark, what else have the nation been talking about this week?
Well, I think it's got to be the Royals. They're on their arse, aren't they? They've got no money. Apparently, they're so strapped for cash that they were thinking about setting up a premium rate phone line.
What's that? What are you wearing? A tiara? Who's that getting off?
Have you got my sceptre in your hand? Yeah, it was a bit weird. Because you'd have to ring it, wouldn't you? You'd have to ring it. Just dial 1 for 1. Dial 2 for a racist rant from one's husband. For Prince Harry, press the hash key. You know, I think that's... all right, isn't it?
Classic. Yeah. It does seem extraordinary, but they are saying they're strapped for cash. They don't have any money.
Well, can't they do a sponsored run or something?
I think they should do a calendar. The Queen should do a calendar, and over this nipple she has a sceptre, and that nipple a corgi's nose. That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
But it's ironic, because you've got Charles trying to save the planet, obviously.
Yeah.
And he's filling his car up with wine.
Wine and cheese, yeah.
Um,
Of course you are, Charles.
Yeah.
Of course you are. Filling his car up with cheese. The bloke has finally gone mental. He talked for plants for years. We let it go. We let it go. He swapped Diana for Camilla. We let it go, right? He's gone too far this time.
By swap Diana for Camilla, you mean his wife tragically died?
OK, well, let's have a look and see whether the Royals' finances is one of the most talked about things this week. Yes, this is the story that the Royals are apparently strapped for cash. In other royal news, the naval ship carrying Prince William has seized £40 million worth of cocaine. So, 200 sailors and £40 million worth of cocaine. It's either the biggest drug bust in naval history or Elton John has fallen off the wagon. In other news, Amy Winehouse has joined the Navy. Sean, Claudia, Phil, what else have the nation been talking about?
Is it the bloke, the examiner, who gave someone a mark? They wrote F off on their exam. It's the only thing they wrote. And the guy got 7.5% because it showed rudimentary skills. And he got 11% if he'd put an exclamation mark. And if he put, to whom it may concern, f*** off, he'd have passed.
That's extraordinary. So he got 7.5% for writing f*** off.
But to be fair, though, the question was,
Yes.
what should Piers Morgan do?
If there was any kind of pronunciation mark that I don't like, it's an exclamation mark. You could never date somebody who sent you a text and then ended it with an exclamation
Well, Claudia,
mark.
he was doing his GCSE, so you shouldn't be dating him, to be fair.
But the justification for the examiner said, for an attempt to answer the question, it's better than leaving the page blank. And I thought, that's not the case, is it? You know, if you don't know the answer to something, it's better to be quiet rather than go, f*** off, isn't it? Well, you've got a mastermind, and they said, what year did they repeal the Corn Laws? You go, f*** off. OK, you get a point for that.
Well, you've just upped the ratings of that show.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
OK, you passed on 3, told me to f*** off 6 times. You're the winner. Brilliant.
I can tell you that this wasn't one of the most talked about things this week.
F*** off. Very difficult to get an NHS dentist, and a lot of people now are extracting teeth more than they're doing sort of repair work on teeth.
They're going, well, we just
take it out.
Yes.
Well, I imagine what happens partly is probably a communication problem, because the only thing you ever say in dentist is So.
I don't go to the dentist, I'm allergic. Well, I went 7 years ago.
You went 7 years ago?
And he said, I'm going to have to give you 3 fillings. I got nervous, I said, I've got to feed the meter, and I haven't been back.
Really?
I hope he's not still stood there, boy.
And also, I think I had a dodgy one once who was a bit too, I don't know.
I realise this is more of a panel show than counselling, but let's... What happened?
Well, all I'm saying is there was a lot of tell me whether this I don't know, it wasn't fun. My mouth was open. It was like my wedding night all over again. I haven't been back. Yeah.
They've attempted to sort of deregulate dentistry like they did with opticians, but obviously they can't. It's a much more qualified job. And also that there is one tooth in your head, I don't know if you noticed, but it's actually connected to your spine. And dentists are the only ones who know where that is. It's not even on the internet. And if you pull it out, you end up walking like a cat. And that's
Sure,
why...
can you not try and scare team members? Because poor Claudia now is going to
If you
start...
pull that... I think it's this one. I think it's this one. But only the dentists know.
Walking like a cat. How would walking like a cat
Well, what
look?
happens is you pull it out and it makes your spine go like that, and then you walk on all fours. And that's why only dentists can do dentistry. They can't open it up like they have with other things like roofing. And so there's only a few people know about this. The government know. They know.
In a poll to find out the worst camping companion, Jeremy Kyle came second. Who came first?
Jack the Ripper.
Jeremy Carr's a horrible little man, isn't he?
Yeah.
And you ever watch his show? He always has people on, and it really sort of, it's a real sort of freak show, isn't he? He's really sort of preying on the sort of complete disaster of their lives. And he always says he's helping people. And I was thinking, he's helping people in the same way as if someone needed an ambulance, you kicked them nearer the hospital. You sort of booted them. You go, well, I'm actually getting you nearer aid, but I'm not actually really helping you, am I? He's a horrible little scumbag, isn't he?
Who's more annoying than him?
Who's more annoying? Yeah, that's what the question is.
No, I'm asking. I'm just saying out
Oh,
loud.
well, you fucking sit here then, love.
you do a bit of camping?
I went to watch the Grand Prix at Silverstone when I was about 19.
The Grand Prix?
The Grand Prix.
Oh, great, no, because I forgot what it was,
That's
but then, whoa, round the corner.
And so we decided, my then boyfriend and I, that we would go in a tent. And at Silverstone, the very rich people come in with helicopters in the morning.
How do helicopters work again?
I thought I'd woken up in Vietnam or something.
Mugabe.
You're not far off with that.
Oh, Dave Mugabe.
Idi Amin.
OK, most wanted man in the world.
Osama bin Laden.
Correct answer.
Bin Laden.
The worst camping companion would be Osama bin Laden, surprisingly.
That's nonsense. He's very outdoorsy. He'd be really useful.
Yeah, you're right.
He's been living outdoors for years. He'd be fantastic.
I leave tent now. I get massive dinner for us. Yeah. Which I will cook brilliantly.
I'd go as far as say I would like to go camping with... Osama, if you're out there, you're on, mate.
Osama bin Laden has been #1 on the FBI's most wanted list for the last 7 years. #2 is Rihanna with Umbrella. Top person to put on a British banknote.
The Chuckle Brothers. And then what you could do is you could have like one on the front, one on the other side, and then in Latin, to you, to me.
Ad mihi, ad tibi.
To you, to me, to me, to you, in Latin.
I think so. Well, you just got to think, what's the dative? So then it's obviously... Yeah, that sounds about right. That's what I do for my day job. They bring me phrases for banknotes and I translate them into Latin. It's been a slow decade.
What about a little mirror so it was you?
Whoa.
That'd be good, wouldn't it? Every time you go out, you go, oh, I'm on a banknote, look. No, you're not. Yes, I am. Oh, that'd be brilliant, that. Simple question. Be all right, man. That'd be brilliant.
OK, top person to put on a British banknote.
Diana.
Correct.
Good one. Good one.
Yes, the person Brits would most like to see on a banknote is Princess Diana. But that's ridiculous. You can't have a picture of a dead person on one side of a note and then the person that killed them on the other.
Well, something I thought was very interesting was there's a teachers' conference going on, and a leading educational expert suggested that they get rid of the word failure from the school vocabulary, that kids no longer fail because it discourages, what I would say, you can only say, like, maybe the more less achieving kids, the thicker kids. I think they should get rid of some other words, like late. Get rid of late. You're not late? No, I'm early. Just not as early as I should have been. I'm not lazy. I'm energetically challenged. Or I'm not a liar. I've just got a fact allergy.
I'm afraid that isn't in the top 5 most talked about things.
My friend Mark had a threesome this week. There you go. Is that on the list?
Unless they did it in Trafalgar Square, I doubt it.
What other nation be talking about?
Oh, I don't know. Team, any ideas?
We're playing cricket against Australia, and we've won the toss. We've won the toss. Are they talking about that in the pubs up and down the country?
No.
I don't know.
Because we lost the toss.
The Ashes, it's the old enemy, it's Australia, so that's what makes it important.
It's a made-up sport. A sport that lasts for 3, 4, 5 days is ridiculous.
What do you mean it's a made-up sport? They're all made up.
Under 16 lad who sued the police for escorting him home. The police can escort home kids even if they haven't been badly behaved if they're under 16. And this lad who's only called W in the papers took him to the High Court and won.
I blame the parents. Fancy calling a kid W?
Oh, no, it's rubbish.
Yeah. That's that crime boy. We've got crime boy up our way. He's always in trouble. What do you expect? Crime boy's been at it again. Get away.
3% of UK kids worry that their parents what?
Might get back together.
Most kids, the most embarrassing thing their parents do is start a band. Oh. That'd be embarrassing, wouldn't it? Dad on bass, mum on drums.
Why don't you just tell us the answers? You've got us all here. We could be doing important show business work. Me and Ralph could be opening a fete or something.
Has anyone got a fate they need opening? No. Let's continue with the quiz.
All right.
43% of UK kids worry that their parents
are coming to Glastonbury as well. You don't recognise me, I've painted my face.
You almost mentioned it before.
Because they'd embarrass them.
Correct.
That's it? That's it?
Yes, 43% of UK kids worry that their parents will embarrass them. I remember I got embarrassed by my dad dancing at a family wedding. I say family wedding, it was gay pride. 78% of pensioners are satisfied with what?
The walk-in bath. They're good, aren't they, the walk-in baths? With a little door on them. you get in, you shut the door, you sit down, and they've got to fill it. They've got plenty of time on their hands, obviously, old people, but they sit in the bath, and then they have the bath, and then they've got to drain it before they can open the door to get out. It's like they sit there, and the water goes out, and they... What am I doing in here? You're having a bath. Start all over again. No wonder this is bloody wrinkly, is it?
78% of pensioners are satisfied with their new baby with Penny Lancaster.
Is it 78% of pensioners are satisfied with their bowling form? Because they like bowling, don't they? Crown Green bowling. My granddad played till he was 93. He played right up till the day he died, the day before I was playing with him, and he bowled this wood to the end of the green, and it was quite good. And he shouted to the bloke walking past, he went, "Oh, am I there? Oh, am I there?" He said, "You're a foot in front." He said, "What did he call me then?" Oh,
So 78% of pensioners are satisfied with...
Nice cup of tea and a sit down. Oh, yeah. And making that noise when they sit down going, ah. It's nice going out, but it's nice coming home.
I shall tell you, 78% of pensioners are satisfied with their meals on wheels.
Oh.
OK, your next one is from a survey featured in The Express in May. 93% of cat owners believe their pet helps them what?
Is it drown out the sound of their biological clocks ticking?
Is it helps them solve crimes? Who wouldn't want a crime-fighting cat?
Does it fit in down the cat club? It's all right, it's with me. Milk?
I mean, people who do have cats, I mean, you can have a lot of fun with cats. I did have a cat for a short period of time, and I used to like... The thing I used to like doing with this... You know when you pick a cat up by its sort of front legs, and you just hold it for a bit, they get longer and longer.
Yeah, they do.
And if you hold them, you can really stretch them out. You can get... You start swinging them. I had to go up the upstairs window and have them out on the street.
They're very comforting, cats. I think they help with calming down.
Yes, I'll give you that. Yes, 93% of cat owners believe their pet helps them cope with stress. Of course, pets can also cause stress. I was distraught when my dog died. I had a lot of money riding on that fight. You should have seen the size of the badger. Most miserable job.
I imagine a very miserable job, depressing more miserable, would be a director of panda pornography. All the hanging around on set. Come on. I had a terrible job. My worst job I ever had. I used to work in the kitchens of a psychiatric hospital, and one of my jobs was when the big industrial bins filled up with food, before they were collected, my job was to scare the patients away from the bins. They'd come and try and get food out of the bins. And I'd have to go, yeah, get away, get away.
You were a scarecrow for mental people.
Yeah, I had to scare psychiatric patients away from
Oh,
bins.
yeah, that was your special job, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You weren't one of them.
No.
No, that's your job, your special job. You were employed there. You're different from the others, yeah. Yeah, of course, yeah.
I had special boots. I had special boots.
Special boots given to him by Napoleon, no less.
Is the most miserable job being that woman on the adverts that Michael Winner tells to calm down, dear?
It's not something really mundane like bin men, is it?
It's kind of a dull thing you sort of switch off if someone tells you they work in it.
Insurance.
IT.
Correct.
Oh, well done.
Yes, the most miserable job is working in IT. Yes, according to the research, the unhappiest person in Britain is a male IT worker in his 30s, separated, childless, and living in Southampton. Hello, Clive. What Brits would buy if money were no object?
Scratch cards.
France, just to close it down.
Oh, how dare you!
Finger. What's your finger?
Why can't we have moments like that?
I like the way you did that for quite a long time, and it looks exactly the same.
Couldn't do the same with yours, could we? Because it's made of wood.
Your hand would fall.
Jimmy combs it with a mallet.
What Brits would buy if money were no object?
2 boxes of Ferrero Rocher.
A Make Poverty History wristband made of African gold and ivory.
Come on, what would you buy if money were no object?
Is it cleaner?
I'll give you a cleaner. It's actually a live-in maid. Best way to sell your house?
Oh. Is it buying The Developer's Bible by Sarah Beatty for $18.99 from all good bookshops?
I think the best way is don't mention the massacre. Let them find out over time from the neighbours. You're living at 32.
Is it put it on the market? Is it have an adjustable sales plan? Remember, a reactive plan is an effective plan.
You thought anything? What's happened to you?
The horse sandwiches.
Oh, the horse sandwiches.
They've been talking about horse.
The horse sandwiches is a really nice way of putting it.
I'd love a horse sandwich. Who doesn't? Yeah, but it was the burgers, and they got tested, and it's full of horse and badger.
Don't know if there was badger in it, but there was definitely... And it happened in Ireland, didn't they? They tested the burgers and they said this 30% horse was one of the burgers.
Good.
Have you eaten horse?
Yeah, I've eaten horse, yeah. What? I've eaten horse.
Where did you eat horse?
Where do I eat horse? In a horse restaurant. Yeah, a horse salad. I like it in a salad, just a big lump of horse on the top. Okay, I like salad niçoise where you have a piece of tuna. I just have salad, a big lump of horse on the top.
You said that the people who kind of made the horse burgers...
Yeah.
...said it was a mistake. It can't be a mistake. How do you unless they've mistaken a horse for a cow?
I think it's a bit more like, you know when you get dolphin in tuna?
Oh,
you know,
we're back to tuna again.
Yeah, and you know when you catch your cows, you go out into the field with a big net to catch a load of cows. Occasionally you'll get a couple of horses.
Yeah. So that's why if you buy a burger, you should always get a horse-friendly burger.
Yeah, yeah. So you throw the net over and you drag them all off to the squashing plant. They just squash them, the burgers.
In fairness, what has happened, right? I mean, OK, some of the burgers were 29% horse, and that is a lot of horse in a burger. If you're expecting it to be a burger, you could eat a horse and cart, and it wouldn't be 29% horse. In fact, though, some of them are only like 0.01%, and they said it wasn't necessarily horse meat. It wasn't like strands of horse that you pull out between your teeth. It was horse DNA. And that could be anything. And I'll stop you there, Jimmy. What that could have been, that could have been the horse in the field who said, "Where are my mates gone?" And all the cows, I'm going to follow their footpath and I'm going to find them. And they follow them all the way into an abattoir and see that they've been turned into burgers. And the horse just cried into the burgers. That is enough to have horse DNA in your burger. That's what probably could have happened.
Yeah.
I don't think it stacks up.
Horse is the very best thing to have in your burger. I mean, the shit that goes into, like, 8 burgers for 30... Like, the prices at Aldi and Lidl, I wouldn't be surprised if there was horse meat in their bananas.
Well, now you're saying...
Just feel shit. There's 3% jockey in those Tesco burgers. Just fucking grinding stuff in.
There's also a case of, they haven't tested haggis. I mean, what's in that? I would say a punt on at least 5% meerkat. All this fuss about horse burgers, do people know about glue? Do they know what's in glue?
Good point.
It's horses. Your Pritt stick is probably 25% Shergar.
The imagination that came up with the idea when you look at a horse, that would be sticky.
Yeah.
If you do the right things to it, and why just horses? People look at cows and it's not going to work the same way.
Yeah.
Horse.
It's a similar one with lobsters, actually. You imagine the person who first dredged up probably the scariest looking animal on the earth from the bottom of the sea and went, you know what? Let's boil that alive and have it for a starter. Be delicious.
What's the weirdest meat you've had?
I've had reindeer, delish,
Yeah.
until my kid said, "You ate Rudolph." I was like, "Are you still believing in Rudolph?" He's 18. But I'd eat anything. Hamster.
Is there anything? I didn't say anything. Want to be good.
Don't be ridiculous.
that's a new
I'm
show.
Jewish.
If you eat meat all the time, the chances are, like every football game you go to, some bloke comes up with a caravan that he's stuck a grill in, and he goes, "You want meat?" And you just go, "Yeah, it's £2." And then you eat it. You don't know what's in there. Could be bloody anything, couldn't it? They did investigations at all the football grounds, and one of the things I read was Swansea City were selling out-of-date pate. I just thought, what's happened to football? Swansea City fans at games going, "Bryn, does this pate taste alright to you?" It's a bit tart. I can't tell if that's because the apricot's clashing with the cardamom or if it's...
What do you think?
The collapse of my shed. The snowfall has completely collapsed.
OK, what other nation are we talking about this week?
HMV have gone into liquidation. They've suddenly realised that people aren't buying videos and DVDs and CDs off them anymore, and that there's this thing called the internet where they are doing it. And so, and then they looked around and think, hey, hang on, we've got huge stores all over the world, and we aren't making any money, so let's close them all and not do it anymore, because we're losing a lot of money. That's my analysis of it.
I worry about the dog. There's no announcement. They should have said HMV's gone under and the dog's gone to live on a farm. That was not interesting.
He's not gone to live on a farm, though, has he? He's in a Tesco burger.
My husband loves a bargain bucket. Do you know how many copies we've got of The Grinch? He comes home, he goes, "Claude, look what I found."
Another cheap bucket.
Another bucket. I've got a Guinness.
OK, so are you going to miss it, David? I mean...
I don't really have any nostalgia for it.
But it's a record store, basically, and it's not in the high street anymore. They're going to have a lot more chairs in the Topshop change... You know that place outside where the sad boyfriends sit? Outside the changing rooms. They've got, like, 4 seats, and you sit there going... They're going to have to expand that massively, because normally you would just go, "I'm just going to pop to HMV for half an hour and waste some time and buy some stuff we're never going to watch."
I go to Top Man without a girlfriend. Nobody knows. I just sit there all day. She'll never find the one she wants, lads, eh? Oh! Let's all go for a beer while she's in there. Let's all...
It's Top Shop that the girls go to. You're going to Top Man, you've said that.
Still works, doesn't it, Top Man? It's got, "Oh, she's in there," and they're all like, "Oh, tell me about her."
She's in there?
Trying on a suit. She tells me she's a woman.
I haven't checked.
Bernard told me she's a woman.
Trying to find something that doesn't make her Adam's apple look big.
Let me tell you, I saw her going in, and you've got the Top Man. Well done.
She really struggles to find shoes.
I can't walk into... What was the other one? Top Girl.
Top Shop.
Top Shop. I can't walk into Top Shop without a girlfriend. I look like a bloody pervert, wouldn't I?
Walk in quickly behind some girls that are going in. Just sort of bustle around them. And sort of be chatting, and they can look round and you sort of go, "Ha ha," yeah, pretend they're talking to you. And then peel off straight to the changing rooms. You can spend the whole day in there.
They're just different levels of the same shop. You have to go through Top Shop to get to
that's
Top
the
Man.
other bloody thing. It's always bloody men's clothes upstairs, isn't it? Why have I got to go up the pissing stairs? Every clothes shop, it's, "Oh, where are the men's?" You got 3 flights of stairs. You've got an escalator. Now, if you want a shirt, frigging go and get one, you dickhead. Women always
want to sit outside the dressing rooms.
Why can men never
Because
be
your
on
legs
the
are much longer. We're tiny. We're like Ewoks. We can't start climbing upstairs, getting on escalators. We've got enough to do.
But you want it. There are genuinely men I've seen go into Top Man, they get halfway up the stairs, they think, "I'll just wear this for the rest of my life."
And now, you had a DVD out at Christmas, right?
Thanks, mate.
Did you go...
Still available in the shops, half price now.
Did you go... Is that... Do you think that's what...
Do you think I killed HMV?
Well, I've just...
Max Mosley's orgy. I like to say this, we're doing S&M. He said it's perfectly harmless. So if that's the case, he wants to get his money back. Sorry.
Well, they might not be, but they could be Nazi-themed sex orgies.
He's denying it. He's denying it vehemently. He's saying, we were just doing a bit of S&M, and obviously it was in the papers one day. And he said, this hasn't been in the papers long enough. I'm going to take them to court.
I hope at some point someone in court says, "This wasn't just any sex, this was S&M sex."
I like the idea that he said, Max Mosley said he'd been doing this for 45 years.
Man and boy.
45 years, he said, and his wife didn't know. And I like the idea of him coming home. How does he explain that his arse looks like a grilled panini?
Yeah.
I fell on the barbecue at work again.
Duncan, have you ever tried the S&M thing?
I haven't. I didn't actually know what S&M meant till the other day.
Such a lie! Serbia and Montenegro.
What did you say? Not...
Food. Gordon Brown has said that we're wasting too much food. This is about 3 weeks after he said we're all getting fat. Now he's changed his mind. Now he's saying we're wasting too much food. And, you know, of all the problems he's got, he's obviously become Prime Minister and gone, oh, what shall I fix first? Global terrorism, knife crime. Oh, no, you've thrown them bananas out. They've still got a bit of yellow on them. It's gone mental.
What you should do, if you don't want to waste food, just do what I do. I just buy Parmesan. Never goes off. Even if you can put it on a rooftop in Nairobi, it won't go off.
The thing that gets me, right, I read in the paper this week that we waste £1 billion in food every year, right? Now, which sounds scary, doesn't it, right? But I've worked it out, right? That, if you think, how many zeros is in a billion? That's 9 zeros, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. £1 billion, right? How many is there of us? 56 million, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a million, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So we
twice,
waste
56.
£17.85 a year, right? So boobless. Not doing it properly, right? So I worked it out. Per person, per day, we waste 4 pence a day. I couldn't give a flying monkeys, to be honest.
Jason, there's certain people that upset that balance.
I buy champagne and, like, chase homeless people.
Thanks for backing me up, Johnny.
I'm a nightmare. I go shopping and I'll do my go around. I love it. I love going shopping, round with my little trolley, around Sainsbury's. I do. And I love the little 2-for-1 deals you get. Put them in. But...
Do you tend to bring a couple of friends with you to do exactly the same moves?
The baby man.
Baby, the man had a baby. Where did it come out?
Where did it come out?
Yes, I know where
came out of it.
Well, he's got a man's vagina.
Did it?
Yeah.
He's got
mangina.
It's called a manny or a munt.
Is it?
Yeah. It is, yeah.
What actually classifies it? Because he's got a womb, but not...
He's got a womb, but he's been living as a man for 20 years.
If you need a solicitor to back up your argument that you're a man, you're not a man, are you?
Technically, he's not a man until he can parallel park, piss standing up, and walk past a shoe shop without popping in. So there we go.
We've got a picture of him.
He looks like an inflated George Michael.
We've got another picture of him. We've got another picture of him. There he is.
Bishops or something, isn't it?
Female bishops, and there's been a big hoo-ha about it because they were saying we should get promoted. And let's be honest, there's only so far you can go within the church. If you go vicar, bishop, archbishop, you're never going to get the top job, are you? That's God, isn't it? There's no...
And he's put his son in, hasn't he? Nepotism. That's why I hate.
Women would be brilliant at being priests because, like, confession is essentially gossip, innit? You know what I mean? Like, it's been 2 weeks since my last confession. Is it? Go on, tell us some more. I slept with a neighbour. Have ya? No way.
78% of people think they're not posh enough to go to the opera. True or false?
Where I live, 78% of people are not posh enough to go in a local spa. So...
I think this is a true stat. A lot of people know they're vermin.
A lot of people...
A lot of people in this country, they look themselves in the mirror and they say, do you know what? I'm vermin.
A lot of people know they're vermin.
Yeah, and I'd say, I can't go to the opera, I am vermin.
Well, I'm vermin and I've been to the opera.
Were you selling choc ice?
My wife's... I went to see Darren Brown, actually.
Not really opera, though, is it?
He does a big finish, like, but he... No, it's weird, because my mum got called up on stage, and she always thought... She was like, oh, I don't feel posh enough to go to the theatre. And to be fair, you're not, right? But we went to the... we went anyway, right? And it's like, she got called up on stage by Darren, and he went, right, sleep. Eventually went to sleep. But she had to slap him in the face to do this trick. But she didn't want to slap him in the face, because she's a nice woman. And a bloke at the back of the room just went... Fucking hit him, love! Hit him! Smack him out! And Darren Brown turned round with a second gap. He just went, you do that again, and I'll make you wet the bed for the rest of your life. And I thought, I reckon that night the bloke went home and his wife went, do you want a cup of tea before bed? And he went, do you know what, I'm going to leave it, to be honest.
Biggest turn-off for women?
Me.
Men with tails.
It's not called a tail, is it? It's called a penis. Grow
He's
up.
a dragon.
I think, often, men can make a mistake by using... Like, if you go round to a girl's house, you use her toilet, it can spoil things, can't it? Best you do is say you're going to the toilet, but don't use it. And then come out and just go...
What, like you've got really fresh...
I'm just going to... I need to actually go... So you go in there, you don't have one, then you come out, and then later she goes, wow, he's so fragrant.
Yeah.
I was in a bar once and they were doing speed dating downstairs, and I popped down to the toilet. I had to go through the speed dating thing, and obviously press the bell. You got 3 minutes, bing, and then you're done, right? And as I was walking past this table, I heard the bloke. He went, "Yeah." And so anyway, when I got there, they were already dead.
3 minutes.
Ping, and I was like, "You've got 3 minutes. Don't tell them about your dead friend story."
Yeah, so what I do is I slice their beaks off, cut their feet off, and feed them as much until they die.
Bing!
That's farming, really. I inject their eyeballs with special fluid to make them grow faster. Bing! I can eat you. I know how to cut you up and eat you. I would say in about 20 minutes, because I'm a trained boner. A boner works in a slaughterhouse. Takes the bones out of animal, and I can size you up like a pig or a cow and just strip the bones out of you, and you'll be jointed and ready for sale within 25 minutes, because that's what a boner does. Bing!
Something that the woman would probably see if you went swimming.
Is it having a pair of Speedos, but the S's have come off?
Is it really, like, hairy?
Really hairy?
Really hairy.
Specific area? Hairy back, that's the right answer, yes.
Hairy back.
Yes, the biggest turn-off for women is a hairy back. I was going to shave my back, and then I thought, pluck it. OK, next one. Biggest celebrity polluter.
Is it the Transformers? They would be pretty, because they're a car and they're a robot, and that's 2 carbon footprints.
I know. Doctor Who.
Your world's brilliant, isn't it, Duncan?
What? He has a TARDIS, he turns up and he flies around the galaxy.
What fuel's on the TARDIS? Yeah. Nothing, because it's not real. Whereas the Transformers are real. Is it Simon Cowell?
Yes, it is.
He's up... Yes!
Simon Cowell. Simon Cowell. Yeah, the biggest celebrity polluter is Simon Cowell. However, it's Louis Walsh that's responsible for the hole in the boy's own lair. I hope you enjoyed those clips. If you want to watch full episodes of 8 out of 10 Cats, then you can on my YouTube channel. Just, search for it on YouTube and you'll find it, because it's there.